Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran, more like 30, and I'm here with Yanzi Lin, and we are talking about awards being taken away from AI books. This is a real article. Yanzi alerted me to it earlier this week, but now it's trending and more people are weighing in on this. And it seems like an AI-generated novel. It won a literary contest, grand prize, Reader's Choice Award, and its publication and manga adaptation have been canceled, and the award has actually been stripped from it, right?
So this is one of those things where it's like, I don't even know how they really discovered there was AI. Maybe there was just some trill or something. And the irony is they actually won like the equivalent of, say, a fan favorite, which means that people read it and they like it. So AI obviously managed to make something that people like. But because of the technicality of the fact that it is AI generated, they say you can't be published anymore. The key thing here is that it's actually still marked a contest winner and it's still available to be read online. So they're saying, okay, you made this, you won it, but we're not publishing it, i.e., we're not commodifying it. We're not trying to make money off this AI generated work over here.
Yeah. And this has kind of been a thing. And I'm watching it mainly because of comic book news and all my years in working in comics. And we kind of started talking about the AI stuff right away. And at least in the US, it kind of goes back to some dude's camera being yanked away by a monkey and he took a picture and the guy can't own the picture because even though it was his camera because the monkey took it. Is that how it worked? And basically,
no, it was more convoluted because the monkey is not a human. The monkey couldn't own it. So, but see, that was the point of it. They were like, you have to be a human to have copyright.
now, that doesn't mean that you can't make a comic and you can't publish a comic. The real problem is, at least in this country, and we're going to see a lot of people have different takes on this in the next few years. Law isn't caught up with AI by no means. Okay. So whatever is today could be completely different later on. But technically, if I made an AI comic and I go and I print it, guess what? Everybody can print it because I made an AI comic. I can't own it. And therefore, by me not owning it, what's the purpose of printing it? Maybe I make some money real quick, but then somebody could grab it, cut it up, scan it, and print their own version of the same material. And that's kind of the argument. That's a rough estimate of shakeout of that. Now, if I put so-and-so amount of input in it, then I can own it. And this is a really, how much human input do you need? And we've already seen like Jim Lee earlier this year. He had talked about training AI on his style and selling his style. Therefore, after he's gone, his family is able to make money off of AI drawing like Jim Lee. Gave a speech in October at New York Comic Con how DC Comics is not going to touch AI. Why? Because of legal reasons. Even though they own Batman, if you generate a story, a Batman story with AI, you don't actually own that story. If you came up with a story of a Joker fish, I could yank that story because, yeah, you own Batman, you own Joker, but I can have a smiling fish story that's the exact same story. So for most publishers, owning the material, it kind of outweighs needing to just put out material for the most part. And that's interesting when you think about it. But if you've already established your comic characters and you don't really care about new stories, really, I guess you can pump this stuff out all day.
So the crux of this argument is that unfortunately we live in a global economy, which means that what is the law in the USA is not necessarily the law in Japan, and so on and so forth. Now, in the USA, the ability to own something is that you must have human input, which means that AI, unless significantly modified by a human being, cannot be copyrighted. And furthermore, USA, we have this issue here where it's like, where did you train your AI model on? Like, did you train it on materials that you legally own? Or did you train it on stuff that other people own? I.e., basically, you have no rights to anything it outputs anymore because guess what? You never got the copyright permission from all these other people.
Right.
The distinction now in Japan, though, is very different. Japan is actually considered a country that is very lax with AI law. They actively encourage you to feed copyrighted material into AI learning. But now, here's the other part of it. You are legally not allowed to commodify, to make money off the output. They want to use it to teach the machine things. but you cannot try and make profit from it, which is probably why they decided, yeah, you can have this winner here, you can have this book still stay online, but God forbid we actually print it and make money off of it.
And that doesn't really make too much sense, right? Why are you teaching AI how to write and feeding it material and draw or whatever? But for what? For free? If you can't profit from it, then why are you allowed to do it? Like it, but then I'm not like a big proponent of AI. Like I see some animation and stuff. I know a lot of animators are kind of getting taken out by AI right now, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a comic artist and I could easily take my characters, which I own, and I can make AI animation of them. And it's affordable for me now, where it wasn't before. And I legally own my characters because I make my comics. Comics have been this weird thing. And this is where I feel like a lot of people are trying to make a comic. You kind of have to peel back like the veil on this, but for the most part, a comic can be generated in fairly quickly without AI. You know, you just got to draw it, you got to write it, you need a logo. The logo, all these things are kind of needed for trademark and copyright, patenting things, right? And you skip all that, you just go to print and you sell it. You put a price tag on it and you write your copyright information at the bottom of it. You've already established copyright. And that's just a big valuable asset to all these companies that keep buying comic companies. And although comic companies don't really make a lot, that ability to generate new copyright of a character and charge people for it, that transaction right there is very valuable. Now imagine if you could cut out all the people behind it and you could just use AI and do it. And this is why I feel like a lot of people keep trying to go to publication in books with AI, because they would quickly own it, at least in this country, if I sold it. Now in Japan, I don't know if that's the reason that they kind of stopped them, like from actually publishing it, because then it would establish some sort of ownership of this material, which nobody can own. I don't know. I say this with people, everybody should watch out using this type of stuff trying to sell it as a product, because your pants could be sued off of you. Marvel was already using AI for intros as like Secret Invasion or posters, and AI was pulling material that artists were running up to Disney to sue them. And recently, Disney's already told like, you can't use our characters anymore, cease and desist. So the legal parameters of this, it's kind of unknown. I mean, and everything's kind of based off of copyright and trademark laws that already exist in the pattern that's been there. Will this stuff change in years from now? Who knows? But right now, it's kind of iffy. If you're out here trying to make AI content, watch out.
Yeah, this was brought to my attention that this new company here is called Cygames AI Studio. It's literally in the name of the company that they're
Yeah.
going to be using AI to make video games. Established to provide safe, secure, and efficient access to AI technology, supporting creators in their endeavors and introducing new gaming experiences to the world. We aim to show the industry what creative minds can do when armed with the power of AI. So, see, it's kind of like a very weird take, especially when it's coming out from Japan, where they say, yes, you can use it, but you can profit from it. So at this point, it's like,
Yeah.
so how are they exactly going to make money on this company? It's I feel like at this point, this is kind of like a wild, wild west situation with the AI thing. It's like, we'll do it and we hope we don't get caught.
Well, it's definitely a Wild Wild West type of situation, but I don't know what it'll mean when, especially with things like manga or video games, things that are kind of imported, like online. All games are digital, whether you know that or not. They're just like downloadable content. No games are really on printed disc anymore. But not just that, but just the manga industry. I mean, but they have to kind of navigate the rules of the countries that they're trying to enter. So the global market, you could be making a product that's fine in your country, but it can't enter this other country. So do you do it or you don't? Like, is your biggest demographic America? Can you afford to do the product without the American audience? You know, things like that, if these things aren't allowed overseas. And I mean, there's country restrictions on things all the time, you know, whether it be a music video or something like that. It won't go up on YouTube, or YouTube will restrict viewing in certain countries. So this type of thing is normal. I just don't know what it means. Why would you make a product that maybe another country can't buy, especially if it's digital. Like, I don't know. I mean, all of this is, at least to us, more interesting because the American comic book industry is really in a tough spot this last year, and AI is coming up at the same time. And both things, meaning the new owners of Warner Brothers and AI, were things in a recent census that a lot of comic creators are worried about. And I'm not going to say they shouldn't. It's unknown. So one of the bigger unknown factors that me and Yanzi constantly talk about is if everybody can do AI, then are they going to buy it? One of the true things, the truth behind all of AI and how it's going to wreck the entertainment industry is really the consumer. The consumer is going to dictate whether they buy an AI movie or whether they buy an AI comic or a book or an AI video game. If nobody's going to buy it, it hopefully won't affect the market. But at the same time, I'm actually thinking a lot of people are just doom scrolling on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube and watching AI videos. So it's like they're just getting free entertainment. And sometimes their characters, especially those Dragon Ball Z AI videos, look better than any live action movie that they could ever conceive of. And I believe that we haven't seen trailers for things like Masters of the Universe because they're too afraid to put it out there because AI already looks better Masters of the Universe. I mean, it's obviously going to wreck Hollywood, but talking about the general market, selling AI, and James Cameron, God bless him, is talking about trying to incorporate AI to make movies production easier. But I don't know if anybody's going to buy it. Why would you pay for Hollywood's AI? Why would you pay for AI comic when you can just go generate your own AI comic? These things, to me, they just don't add up. Does that mean I know the outcome of AI versus physical media or media you buy? I have no idea. It could be the death of media, period. But is AI comics going to enter the realm and destroy all the comics? It's more likely just going to destroy the comic book art medium that everybody's just generating their own comic before it is going to destroy the comic market, because comics are destroying their own market, guys. If you guys will, look down below. Let us know your thoughts. I'm curious, you guys, your input on this. And also, hit that like button to help the channel out. And we do our own books. You can buy them and they ship out next day. 9 Lives Comics. The link is down below. Get caught up on Inglorious Rex as we're getting ready to publish Inglorious Rex 3. Hopefully soon. We're winding that down, getting the last few pages of that done. You can catch up on 1 and 2 on 9 Lives Comics. And I'll leave you guys with a trailer for the smash hit comic and catch you guys again with another video.
Yeah, I ain't gon' lie to you. Truth always hurts worse. Doing good till first reverse, now you last. Blast of the past. It's cool though. Last card, play it right. Uno. We never let up. Been down forever. Sick man, we fed up. Know that we tired. Wake up the beast that's been sleeping inside. It's time to ride. We ready to slide. Hard-headed, I will not listen. If you do not get it, that's your bad. Keep up in the sky like we see you feet up. Metal meets metal, it's no keeping up. Sniper division, it's no seeing us. This here is